Hello and welcome back to my channel, DebLevArt. I am Deb and I have a painting in progress that I'm going to show you today. I have been working on this painting, watercolor painting of my Phoenix Rising. It's called Phoenix Rising, Release the Grip. And I've been working larger on the paper size. It's 18 by 24 that I had purchased, and I have been really loving the bigger sizes of paper. And I even ordered bigger paper than that. So I'm excited to just kind of start working larger. And this is basically just a progress update video showing some more of the calligraphy, some detail work on the feathers, the wings of the phoenix, and also the cage that the phoenix rose out of. And I also have a poem to go with this as well. I've been creating poems to go with my art. It feels like almost like a conclusion to my artwork, like something in addition that kind of just like brings everything together and seals it in. And so I've really been enjoying creating poems. I am not some skilled poet. I rhyme a couple lines and a couple lines don't rhyme. And it's Dr. Seuss-ish, I think, that style. But I'm really enjoying just working and creating paintings and then making some poems to go with them. With this painting as well, I show you my little addiction to gold leaf. This is really the first time I've used gold leaf in any kind of artwork. I did test it out at one point just to see, like, I didn't want to, potentially ruin my current artwork or mess something up. And I tested it out one time on another paper, and then I added it to this painting, and I am a little obsessed now. So I love shiny things. Who doesn't? But yeah, the gold leaf is super fun to use. I kind of am wondering how, if I ever make a print, like a copy, my goal is to eventually sell my work, how I would sell gold leaf printed artwork. And from what I found, it's, you get the image printed, high quality, and then I've got to go back in and apply the gold leaf. So I'm just kind of working through what I want that to look like eventually down the road. I really haven't sold my paintings before, and it's a goal for me. And I have a local printer in town too. I thought I would talk to. I've had one thing printed, but they don't have the capabilities of gold foil basically. So I'm still researching and seeing what I want to do with that in terms of the gold foil, but I'm obsessed. It's so fun to use. So I'm still in the process of creating this. Every time I work on it, I feel like there's just more ideas that come to mind as I create. And I've just really enjoyed working this large and just creating from my imagination, from my downloads, instead of something that's more realistic. And yeah, I really love the mythical. I'm a Pisces. I love like the mystic side of everything. So yeah, I'm gonna read that poem for you in this video, and I'll show you the update of my artwork and hopefully progressing a little bit more as well. And thank you for joining me, and stay tuned for more. I appreciate you being here. This is my first time using any sort of gold leaf in a painting or otherwise. And I was a little nervous at first just to see what the outcome would be. I'd practiced on a different watercolor paper, same brand, and it turned out really well. So, but putting it just on my final piece after spending all that time with watercolor, I was a little nervous, but I'd watched a bunch of like tutorials online, and also this kit came with little white cotton gloves, which I'll use later on. But yeah, just using that little sheet to kind of pat it down so I'm not getting my fingers all over everything. And it wasn't too messy. And brushing this away was super satisfying. It was super fun. And I really love the outcome. I think I would just use like a thinner brush to apply. I was using a fairly thin tipped brush, but just to get way up close into the little edges, I ended up having to use a Posca marker to go over some of those little extra lines. But yeah, just brushing this away and kind of like burnishing it on a little bit kind of helps it solidify and kind of come together. And then I applied a varnish on top, which kind of seals everything in. The whole thing was just very fun, and I really like the outcome. I love the shininess of the gold. It makes everything kind of pop. So I'm excited to use this in the future as well. I had looked online and I saw people using the little scraps from the gold leaf into like little smaller areas. And it worked out really well for me. I just had to be careful not to clump too much together, as I noticed it was a little harder to brush away and I didn't like the effect as much. But yeah, some of those smaller areas I really enjoyed using the little extra pieces of the leaves. It just feels so wasteful to get rid of those like in the trash or something. So that worked out. And yeah, I am so digging the gold leaf and kind of stands out from the watercolor. And let me know what you think in the comments below. One thing you'll notice is there's multiple wings on the phoenix, and the reason being I combined the phoenix wings with the seraphim wings, which is an angel, and my friend had said, oh yeah, it reminds me of angel wings. And I thought, oh my gosh, yes. So it just kind of made sense to kind of combine the two, the seraphim wings with the eyes. If you look up seraphims, they typically have been seen with lots of eyes. And also the hamsa right here is a protection, symbol of protection as well. So as the phoenix rises from the ashes, it is protected as it rises. And you know, when you rise, when you are changing and become a different person, not everybody is used to that and likes that, and you can feel very lonely, but your angels, my angels, are with me. I know that for a fact, and they show me every day, and I just feel like I have this protection and like the gold in my heart and this protection from my angels to just live my most authentic life. So yeah, it just made sense to include the seraphim wings alongside with the phoenix wings. So I wanted to jump on here and show you my first attempt with in the painting that I'm creating. My first actual attempt was just a practice sheet, but this is in the Phoenix Rising painting that I'm working on, and I really, really am liking the overall effect it gives. Super shiny in those big areas. In the smaller areas, I found it a little bit more tricky, a little more difficult, especially in some of the leaf areas, like right here. And some of these little edges, not great at getting those edges just yet. My solution for that is maybe just grabbing some Posca markers and kind of finishing it up that way. But I'm really liking the gold leaf in my painting. There's kind of a mess for cleanup. Here, I'll kind of show you, but not a huge mess. I saw somebody online doing this outside because it was so messy, and I thought, I'm gonna give it a go. And then I use this little container kind of to hold the little extra leaves. I'm really liking the gold leaf as well. It's it's like $10 online, and I think they use it for professional gold leafing. So it's really, really easy to use. And something I'm using to kind of clean up this mess is my little handheld, where are you? Right there, little tiny handheld vacuum that's coming in handy for me, to be honest. So perfect. I bought that thing years ago, and it cleans up my desk pretty well. So overall, 2 thumbs up for gold leafing, and I'm going to continue to use some of that in my paintings down the road. I wanted to read my poem that goes along with this painting. It's called Phoenix Rising, Release the Grip, and I'll put the words in the description as well. So if you'd like to read along, you can do that. In the cage she sits, with comfort and knowing, worried and questioning, is it even worth going? On her neck, no grip. On the door, no lock. Nothing to keep her inside, but the mind, it has a block. The cage is filled with certainty. It's where fear and doubt reign. The soul is stagnant and frozen. It's where life remains the same. Though it's through the bars, open space, her interest, it piques. Could she succeed? Could she thrive? Could it be freedom she now seeks? But pain it will cost. Freedom, it is highly priced. To go through, the ego must die. Giving up, she will be enticed. Taking place, a deep transformation. The mind turns trusting and humble. As her belief strengthens within, beneath the cage, the ground begins to rumble. 1,000 layers they shed away, each self no longer aligned. Falling into the fiery ashes, not one will be left behind. Up and out she begins to rise, a beautiful phoenix in rebirth. No longer shrinking, no longer pleasing, a powerful creature embodying her worth. A gift from the angels, her wings wide-eyed and glowing. Protection is embedded, the Hamsa so proudly showing. The path, it's uncertain, no need to know the how. Left behind is the fear and doubt, letting spirit guide is her vow. Originally, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with the little openings in the cage, and then I thought the gold pieces could be, replicated in some of those little spaces. And I really liked those, but leaving the little holes in the cage blank, I didn't, because pretty sure the background is going to be a dark black of some sort. I might even bring in some gouache to make it a little darker. And it just kind of made sense that these little openings in the cage kind of they are the same colors as the phoenix, and it's almost like when she left, she turned that cage into who she was, and it was no longer going to keep her. She was just gonna make it into what she actually is too. So it will not hold another bird in there any longer. It's part of her, and she's part of it. But yeah, so I like these little jeweled sections that just kind of brought it all together. And down below too, there's like these little pillows of smoke that I've been working on that started to rumble under that cage to get her out. So let her know she can leave. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed more of my progress on this painting. And sometimes I go back after even just a few days and think, what else should I add? So we'll see if it's actually finished or not. But yeah, thank you for being here. I have to say, creating the painting, the large scale artworks, and the Phoenix Rising has just been really cathartic. Making the poems, making that specific poem for this is just really, it's filling my soul in a lot of ways. And I feel like I am the Phoenix Rising in this painting. I feel like I put myself into the work. It's not something I am creating that's outside of me. It is part of me, and it truly feels like that. And I truly feel, very connected to the paintings that I'm making now, which is different for me. And I am really loving it. And just the poems too, it's something from my heart, within my soul. And Spirit has definitely been guiding this journey for me, this painting journey. And I've even gotten more synchronicities this week, kind of mind-blowing this week, actually. And I'm just getting these downloads, and they're guiding my painting for sure. And so I'm just excited to show you and share with, whoever happens to watch my videos, stumble upon, and, hopefully get inspiration, hopefully, connect with something that I share. I think I'm meant to help people connect and inspire, and be inspired by others as well. But I do think that is part of my, journey in this life, and part of who I'm supposed to be and what I'm supposed to do. So again, thank you for joining me. Please leave a comment. That always helps. I love interacting with you guys. I had one comment. It was awesome. I was like, ooh, somebody commented on my work. It feels really good. I'd love to interact with you. Leave a like. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And I'm excited to show you some more of my paintings, reveal more of my my poetry, and just be here for the journey with you and you joining me. So I appreciate you joining me, and I'll see you in the next one.